All right, here we go. Good morning, everyone. We're live from Fly on the Wall Productions, North Main Street in Barrie. We're at 45 degrees, beautiful sunny day. We have Jack Attack Sports. He's with us. He'll have that in just a little bit. Raylene's with us. Do we know if Tom's coming in this morning?
I doubt it.
Okay. Yeah.
With as busy as he is right now, I highly doubt it.
Doing the taxes. And
Doing
everything.
the taxes.
The police just were screaming by. Just went by the studio. It had to be going 80. Do we know what's going on?
I have no idea what's going on.
Shit. I mean, they were just barreling ass.
Yeah.
Speaking of the police, before I forget, and I know I will, I have reached out to Chief Vale about maybe coming on the air with us at some point, either in the studio or by telephone, either one, just to give us a quick synopsis of what to expect at 6 p.m. on Friday night over at the Barrie Police Department. They're going to have like a public, lack of a better term, informational gathering, press release, I guess, I don't know, about Ralph Jean Marie. So I know you've seen it. It's floating around everywhere, all over Facebook.
Yes.
So
It's the family of, right, that has decided to go to the police station, and they've basically just told the police that this is what we're doing, or the police have read it on Facebook as well, and so they're preparing themselves for that.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes, I think so.
It's not the police that initiated.
No, it is not.
Right.
And that, you know what? Great point. Because we should make that very much known.
Yes.
And I asked him on his voicemail, if he can just kind of clarify what this is going to be, what's it going to be about.
My guess is he doesn't know.
Wow.
Because they didn't.
Wow.
I mean, they didn't plan this. It's kind of almost like when people go to the State House and rally. And I think that that's what is happening. And I think that they've probably read it on Facebook. But
okay.
Would be my guess. But it's just guessing on my part.
Yeah. I just want to lead off this morning with something. We say shits and giggles. I just want to lead off with something that is just happy and good news. Jasmine White, the lead singer of Heartless. I want to see if we can reach her this morning. Let's see if.
Good morning.
There she is. How are you, honey?
Good. How are you?
We're great. We're great. Listen, I know you and I have been chatting a little bit. Tell me what's happening. I know that this show that Heartless is doing isn't until October. But we were saying yesterday on Aired Out that this sucker is going to sell out, and tickets are on sale now?
So the pre-sales, what we decided to do is, because it's our home base and it's our only Vermont show that we've got for our local heartbeats, we decided to open up pre-sales early for Vermont locals to come and grab the tickets before the rest of the tickets sailed up open to the public. So the pre-sale code is Heartless, and it's that special link that I sent you.
All
That's
right.
going to be open through April 20. And then it opens up to general sale at a higher price. So they also get a discount with the pre-sale code.
All right.
But yeah, we're pretty excited. I mean, we're going to be all over the place this year. We just dropped another announcement that we're going to be up at Indian Ranch.
I saw that.
We're playing with Love Sexy, the Prince tribute, the Best of Foo, which is a Foo Fighters, Best Shot, which is Pat Benatar's tribute. Oh my gosh, they're amazing. And Speedwagon, the REO Speedwagon tribute.
God.
Yeah, we're really excited. It's a huge outdoor amphitheater, a couple thousand people, and we're stoked.
And when's that? This summer?
That's the summer, September 9. Yeah, in Webster, Mass.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's
so we're
massive.
bouncing all over the place. We're in Maine, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New York. So it's going to be a long year of travel, and we're super excited to kind of bring our last couple dates down towards October, and one of the final dates will be at our home base with Higher Ground. So we're super excited.
Jeez, man, that's going to be just. Oh God, I got to catch some of these. I got to catch some of these shows.
Well, be our guest at Higher Ground, JD. Come on up.
Man, I mean, where do we get tickets? I mean, just go to your Facebook page. Really.
Yep, you could go to the Facebook page. All over. I mean, we've dropped our link there. And if you sign up with the Heartbeats newsletter on our contact page on our website, then we direct link over to you for any show, but more particularly, for the Higher Ground show now.
Okay.
So yeah, we would love to see each and every one of you. Our goal is to sell out that room and just have one epic night of amazing music all together. We haven't seen we won't be seeing anybody's faces really for the full year. So, just to be able to connect with everybody would be amazing.
And how many band members making up Heartless?
8.
Wow.
Yeah, there's 8 of us. It's quite a crew, and each very different personalities. But I tell you, when we all get together on that stage, the magic happens. It's just, I love them all. I couldn't do it without any one of them. So.
Well, listen, we're going to be promoting it. We'll drop a link here again. But for folks that are not familiar with you, you guys are. I mean, you're right here in the Granite City.
Yeah. I am, yeah.
Yes, you
are. We have one member who lives in Maine, and the others live, all over Vermont. So
and Scott Campbell, my God, I mean,
yes, he's fantastic. He's fantastic, and now we've brought on that Who cover, Baba O'Reilly, so he gets his fiddle going, and that thing is smoking by the end of the.
That's like I'm not even hearing you guys perform this, and it's already given me goosebumps. I mean, Baba O'Reilly, jeez.
Yeah.
We'll be pushing it, honey, and maybe we can sneak you in here at some point before September.
Sure. And hey, if we want to do like a little promo for those that have tickets already, what we would love to do is open up a contest to get 2 people up there, VIP, to get up in the balcony with us and enjoy the show from the back end too.
Something through Aired Out?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yes. Oh, man. All right. You and I are going to talk about that.
All right.
I'll call you. You call me. We're going to connect. We'll work that out.
That sounds wonderful.
All right, honey. Be well. We'll talk to you soon.
You too. Keep rocking, guys.
You got it. She's so cool. What a show that was when they came in and performed.
It was.
Ooh. Never forget it. Thanks, Jazz, for coming on with us. Gosh, we have a lot to talk about, a lot to get to. Where do we begin? First of all, good morning, and thanks for joining us this morning. Always live. We are never edited. And thanks to Giroux General Transport of Barrie, one of our presenting sponsors that we love, admire, support, and encourage you to get in touch with if you're thinking about a Class A or B CDL license. They've been full for months now. Raylene, I might even say, stalks them because you're constantly watching their page and their classes and who's got what and classes that are filling up.
I do that to all of our sponsors.
I know you do.
We got to know what they're doing.
Bill and Tracy are just buried. They're so busy. They had a May class that I think is filled up, right? This is my memory.
The May class is not filled up yet.
Okay.
That's the class that they're trying to fill right now.
Okay.
It starts May 1st, and they are accepting applications for that class right now.
All right.
Anything you need, if you need help with finances, all of that stuff, Tracy's the one to call. She knows what you need to do, how you need to do it, and she will do all she can to get you in the class. If not the one May 1st, they'll have another one right tight behind it.
All right.
So they are busy all the time.
Yes, they are. And, I see their trucks. I know you have 2 that say student driver on them. They're just everywhere. And it's I don't know, it's kind of weird. It kind of makes me feel good to know that we've got more truck drivers coming into the picture here, which are going to help make sure that our supply chain is is healthy, is good, at the very least on a local level. So I don't know. There was many times, where you and I have shared a microphone, and we've really been kind of very concerned, along with the rest of the country, about moving supplies around. But it's just great to know that they've got trucks rolling and new drivers. Jack Attack Sports, I don't know if you're ready over there, pal, if you got anything for us, but we're going to jump in with Raylene here, too. We got some stuff to get to. Do you have anything, or...
Changed since yesterday. There was the play-in tournament for the NBA. We had the Hawks beat the Heat last night, and we had the Lakers lose to the Timberwolves, Minnesota Timberwolves. And then for local sports, stuff's getting underway. I'll have some more stuff for games and local stuff, but not a whole lot changed.
I'm looking forward to that, more local sports, with the schools, and then the Ravens and
They're
who
gonna be in
else?
here.
The Mountaineers.
Yeah.
A race season. Really looking forward to that.
Yeah, stuff's starting to get going.
We've got some drivers that are going to be coming in. But yeah, good point. Thunder Road drivers. Good point. The Ravens and the Mountaineers, and we've got some pretty big things that we're cooking here in this building regarding sports, especially local sports. We've been talking with, as you know, Jim Severance and Carl Parton and Lori Shepard and Michael Deering, and the list goes on. And we have, I don't want to say just yet the words big announcement, but my God, I just said it, big announcement. Possibly for next week. With regard to local sports. Yes, which I'm ecstatic about. I'm so excited about. But anyway, and Jack, I don't know if you know anything about this. If you don't, check it out, because it's a good story. Harwood has a new athletic director, and I can't remember the guy's name. Ian, and I'm forgetting his last name, but he would be a great guy to chat with at some point too. Even a quick phone call over to him. So
yeah,
and this is the time of year, Jack, when what do we have? We have tennis.
Yeah.
We have
baseball.
Thank you. We have track and field.
Softball.
Lacrosse.
And track. Yeah, you said track. I think that's the spring sport.
Not field hockey. That's a fall sport. And soccer. That's a fall sport.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. See, I'm learning. Raylene.
Yes, I see that. I see that.
Amazing. All right. So are we good?
Yeah, again, the Red Sox sucking. We got the Bruins doing good.
Oh, you can't say that the Red Sox suck when you're in here. I'm just telling you.
You'll have both your legs broken.
They're just playing very poorly.
We have this wonderful, beautiful lady that is down in White River, and she will come up here and bust both of your legs.
She'll admit it too. They're not playing very good.
No, she won't
season.
admit it. She loves them no matter what they do.
All right. Glass half full,
Yeah.
They have potential.
Dottie she'll break both your legs after she's broken both of your arms. So just be careful. But let's say it like it is, and I think Dottie would say this too. The Red Sox are off to a pretty shitty start. I mean, that's just saying it like it is. All right.
And Alice says that the Mountaineers are looking for host families.
Yes.
We've had the ball players over the years, and they are really remarkable. So if you want to be a host family for one of the players, please reach out.
Yeah. And let's just say this, okay? And Alice, please don't deny this. If you're a lady and you've got one of these Mountaineers players that's moving into your house, they're not that bad looking guys.
Yeah.
Raylene.
Yeah, I'm just old enough to be their mother, and so is Alice. We're old enough to be their mothers.
Matter.
It does matter.
They're good looking guys.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sure
They're
Alice
kids.
hasn't complained about it.
I'm sure not.
You know, it was just Alice isn't going to deny that. All right, so yeah, that's a good point. And Lori Shepard is and has been telling me about I can't remember his name, Noah, and I can't remember his last name. but he is goes to URI. Just graduated recently from Spalding.
Oh, wow.
He's a sports guy, big time sports guy, and he's the voice of the Vermont Mountaineers.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And he's coming home for the summer to announce the Mountaineers baseball games. He's also going to be in here on these microphones. And I will put you in a chokehold, Jack, if you don't share a microphone with this guy.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to, as long as it doesn't interrupt tennis.
I understand tennis, but I'm still going to put you in a chokehold, or I'm going to try to at least. But we need to get you into a sports booth and sharing a microphone, not just in here but elsewhere.
Yeah,
that's good for you. You want to pursue this?
Yes.
Yeah.
See some more of the world.
Of course. Have you seen Jack's hair today, Raylene?
I have. It looks great.
Pretty good.
It looks great.
It's not bad.
No.
He's got a little hair gel.
He's pretty
going
handsome
on.
when he cleans himself
That's
up.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's dive in. What do we have? How did City Council go last night?
It was overwhelming. There was a lot of people there. The poor council, I can't imagine. They started the council meeting at 5:00. They were in executive session until 7, and then all of us joined them, and we wrapped up about 10 after 10, and then they went back into executive decision before they make a decision to go under contract with the Fox Market.
All right. So it's going to happen.
We can't say for sure that it's going to happen. It's just like anything else when you're purchasing. There's a process to go through, and so we don't know what that process is. We don't know what the contract is. We don't know what the guidelines or anything are. We just know that they agreed to enter into a contract with the Fox Market instead of the Wheelock Building LLC or the Wheelock Home LLC that was affiliated with the partnership. Okay. And so I think it's sad. I think it's I'm all for the business coming here. I think that it'll be great for the downtown. But I think there are spots like the old Mingle nightclub. I think they would have been perfect in there. I have great concern that the building will be renovated but not restored. And that isn't what I think the majority of the people were hoping and thinking. But it's always funny how you hear so much, and then when it comes time to put your money where your mouth is and use your mouth, crickets.
When you say hear so much, what you're really meaning is what you're seeing on social media.
Social media and just in general, people talking in the public, of what they want.
Giving their support
for the building being bought and restored, and that's what it boils down to. It boils down to the path forward for that building and what it's going to become and look like, and maintaining the way it should be.
Yep.
And this morning it's been especially tough for me to hear or to read people say, the community had great support for the process, and our local community didn't. And that's what's really sad for me, is that people of Barrie and Barrytown, there weren't a lot of us there. And as a matter of fact, at council, as far as like people in business in the city, it was Tina Ruthier and myself. and then Rosemary Averill and Laurel. I'm sorry, Laurel. I always forget your last name. And then Barb Druge and Paul Flood. And that's pretty much it. A few people online spoke. Admittedly, the Zoom was packed. It was at capacity and they couldn't take any more. So I don't know who may have wanted to speak and wasn't able to speak because the Zoom was jammed. Laurel Mercer. But it was disappointing to see them say or read that people are saying the community supported it. There were a lot of people from Plainfield, Montpelier, Hardwick, from not in this community, and so their care about the building or what it would be probably isn't the same as people that are here. It's just a shame. I am really disheartened by the fact that Tracy tries, and she tries hard, like really hard. We're freaking lucky because I don't see Montpelier or any other local towns doing the stuff that she does, and she tries hard. And I really felt that she was kind of shit on last night with the lack of support, and that really pisses me off. I'm not gonna lie, it pisses me off. A lot more people should have come out and spoke up for her.
What's what's the capacity for the Zoom? I'm curious.
100.
Okay.
And you know what's going to happen is we're going to have another Cody where somebody says, why bother? And that's shameful because, and I hope that it doesn't come to that. I hope this makes her fight even harder because we need her and she has true value. And
I spoke with Tracy this morning. I asked her if she wanted to join us on the air, and she declined.
I'm sure.
But
it's a lot to process.
She told me obviously that she's not thrilled by the news, but that the main point is that she wants to make sure that everyone is clear about is that the Barry partnership is not going anywhere.
Thank God.
They're just not going anywhere. I mean, they might be moving to a new location, but they're not dissolving.
Right. And she's just going to kick ass even harder than she already has.
And Michael, you're with us,
I'm
right?
I'm not surprised.
I am.
Yeah. What's your take on this last night as a city councilor?
Okay. So to be clear where my thought process on this, I never wanted to sell the building at all. I have been very clear on that level multiple times. The only reason why I supported the partnership is because of the tentacles that we would have into that whole process and having the control over that building by the mere fact that we have control over the partnership through the purse strings. People don't understand that, but that was my reasoning. In 2004, that building was gifted to the city by the Barry Area Senior Centers. They decided that that building was not something that they could maintain and did not provide the benefit that they needed for their seniors, and they ended up moving down to the the Wall complex or B Wall. Wow, that's really bad. I can't think of the term. EF Wall, thank you. Complex, and they went down there, and in that process they quit claim deed the building to the city for us to maintain and deal with it. It sat vacant for a couple years, and then we had someone come in that did an antique business out of there. It was a similar arrangement where the rent, it wasn't necessarily rent, it was paying for utilities. Through that process, I, as a city councilor, was pretty sure I did never wanted to rent that building out again, just because I don't like the landlord-tenant rearrangement. However, when Tracy, or not Tracy, because it was not necessarily Tracy, it was the partnership. When that came across, or a thought came, I know that Jeffrey was working on that with us to relocate the partnership to that building because it is an iconic building, and it's an iconic building of our downtown, which is, you know, when you think of downtown, you do think of our partnership, our downtown partnership. Um, but that being said, we moved to get them into that building. Now, I've been a firm believer that we should have them in there and BADC, because of the synergy I think that's created between those two organizations. And this last year in December, when the council, in its infinite wisdom, decided to sell the building for below market value, just because they wanted to unload it, they, that forced the partnership to make a decision about how they want to go into the future. Do they want to continue with the brand that they have created, which includes that Wheelock building? So they decided to put the bid in. And when I looked at the bid, I saw what I wanted to see, which is control from the municipality and the people of Barry over that building. Folks will sit there and say, "Well, what do you mean?" So, for example, I see something that doesn't look good on that building. City council says, "Hey, Tracy," or to the partnership board if Tracy's not there. And we're making this very personal, and it's not about Tracy, it's not about the partnership. It's about the restoration of the building and who maintains control over the building. What we did last night is we moved into a direction that would completely remove the control of that building out of the hands of the city, which is not what I think was designed in the purpose when they gave that building to us in 2014. And I don't think it was the purpose when we gave them the building in 1988. I think we gave them the building in 1988. I'd have to go back and look at the records. Um, so the partnership's deal was to create this entity that would allow those strings to be there for the city. It would be through the partnership, unless there were, they had, shareholders, to, for lack of a better term, which we could have been one of those as well. But nevertheless, we decided to give it to, or to negotiate with Fox Market. Nothing wrong with Fox Market. I think they would look, actually, I think the best place for them would actually be down at our Depot Square where there's a drive-through. But it's Depot Square is $300,000. Wheelock building was being given away at $155,000. So, which one are you gonna go for? You're gonna go for the cheaper one because that's the
what I want to know.
Say it again, Raylene.
I want to know where all these people are going to park.
Oh, well, I mean, the parking issue, it's going to be similar to Pearl Street Pizza. They're going to have to either park in the back or park on the main street. It is the thing that I'm most upset about the decision last night was that when I signed that document in 2014 accepting ownership of the Wheelock building, I no longer have any control over that Wheelock building once we put through this, once the motion went through well, I mean, it hasn't happened yet, but once the sale goes through. So in 3 years, if by chance Fox Market doesn't survive, in the city, and they say, oh wow, all our people that were going to East Montpelier are now going to Berry City, or they're not going, they went, once or twice and then they stopped going, and we just don't have the amount of money and wealth base for, because let's be honest, Berry City is not necessarily the wealthiest city in the central Vermont, right? We have a huge poverty rate, and people are, that kind of caters to an upper echelon of individuals, which our city council is made up of mainly upper echelon individuals. And that's okay.
It's kind of okay. It's kind of not in a city that constantly says that we're trying to be affordable, that we want affordable housing, affordable markets, affordable, inclusive. There's all these words that are constantly used. They're just never followed through with, and that's the part that's not okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to disagree with that. It's something that we as a community have to address. Do we really believe in inclusivity for lower income folks or not? I mean,
or how about just middle income people just trying to survive, people that are literally working and trying hard every day, but maybe work full time, have 2 kids in daycare, and the daycare costs them almost $2,000 a month, and so they don't have extra money to do, I don't know. The makeup of the community is not ages 15 to 25, and I don't know.
Yeah,
it's not who we are, and
it'll be
interesting.
It'll be interesting to see how it goes down, because I do believe that this is a very dedicated group of individuals.
I agree.
And I think you're going to find that they're going to be able to, I mean, they could certainly, all they had to do was make a couple posts on Facebook and everybody showed up, right? Although I will say this, had the partnership made a post on Facebook telling people to show up, the partnership would have gotten people in there.
But the partnership didn't. The stance that the partnership was that it's not a me against you kind of thing. We want the building because we want to restore it back to its former glory. It's not what the partnership is about. They're not saying they don't want it to be about just one group. They want it to be about everyone. And it'll be interesting for me to see if, a really popular eatery in Plainfield, Positive Pie, once thought that Berry would be the great place to go. And they have a huge following. That place in Plainfield and the one in Hardwick is always packed. They came here to the city, and they didn't last very long. They didn't survive down here. And it would be, because of the process, it would be extremely upsetting that if the same thing happened to Fox Market, because then we have no idea who the building would be sold to. We have no idea if it would sit empty. We could have another, they talked about having a whole block of that kind of building and that kind of establishment, but we could have a whole block of a lot of nothingness as well, and that's frightening.
Yeah, and I can't imagine that happening where we're stuck in that position where they are I don't think they would be in that position of Positive Pie, because I think one of the problems with Positive Pie was that their rent was a little too high. They couldn't afford the rent, and in this particular case, Fox Market got a sweetheart deal from the city council.
Right.
But it needs a lot of work. Can they maintain?
It does.
Can they maintain in the upkeep?
But if you,
we'll see.
What's your definition of a lot of work, right? And Positive Pie also didn't have the financial, not financial, but I don't think they had. You have a lot of people that have high disposable income that are very interested in Fox Market, and the question is whether or not they could get people to
come
help
here
with that process. Yeah.
Right. We'll see. I hope it works out. I really do. I hope that it all turns out to be a good thing. I hope they do beautiful things with the building. I hope they respect what it is and value what they just got.
Yeah,
that's what I hope.
And I think respect of the building, they certainly will.
No, respect the history of it, like when they're remodeling. Yeah. I have no doubt that they'll be respectful of the space. That's not what I'm saying at all. Respect the history of it and the aesthetics of it, I guess. Respect the aesthetics.
I think at this point, any respect of the history is kind of gone. Last night after we did, I mean, like I said, in 2014, I signed the document, and I remember signing that document. It was accepting the Wheelock building into our possession, and it was going to be part of our portfolio as a community. It already was being part of the senior center. But it came, and unfortunately we decided to sell off our past, and that's okay. That's a decision that the voters made, and hey, you know what? Maybe that's what the citizens of Barrie want, and if that's the case, then, I guess we'll have that conversation in a couple months when I decide to run.
I have my magnets that are going on my car this afternoon. I'm just telling you.
Oh, do you?
Oh, you wait and
what are the magnets?
You see my magnets.
Vote for Michael.
Huh?
Bootin' for governor.
You know what they say.
Oh yes, you know me. I'm going after governor. No.
Michael, thank you for joining us this morning. And I'll just say this, that I think we all, fair to say, we love our city. We want what's best for our city. We all, many of us have different ways that we feel is the best route to go when it comes to what we feel is best for our city. But nobody wants Barrie to be
crumble
be in peril.
Empty.
Yeah. I mean, we all want what's best, and I will bring this back full circle and say again, and Heather has a great point. She says the other thing to remember is that they are in negotiations. It's not sold.
GD, let me just say one thing. We didn't have a bad option last night. There was no bad option. There was difference in views in world views on display last night. That's all. It was just a different. Me, Michael, who voted no, just couldn't get past the historical significance of it, and it was just, there was no bad decision. It's just a different decision.
Yeah, right. And again, I'm just going to reiterate here one more time before we close out, to make sure that people fully understand that the Barrie Partnership is not dissolving. They're not going away.
Right.
Neither.
They're going to be bigger and better than ever.
Neither is the Barrie Area Development. Barrie Partnership is going to be obviously, if you know, if things go as it appears that they're going to be going, they're going to have to move into a different location at some point. But they're not going anywhere. No. We need the Barry partnership. We thrive with the Barry partnership. Mm-hmm. It is a completely, Michael, vital part of our city. I 100%. Think 100%. Does the council recognize that how vital and how important the Barry partnership is?
So, you know what? We should have that conversation.
Right, that's kind of
really
another day.
should have a conversation about that as to whether or not our council actually values what the partnership brings to the table. Mm-hmm. I have there's no question about some of my thoughts on things because I'm very open about them. Mm-hmm. I'm open about them on air. I have not been fully open about some of the emails and conversations I have had with individuals where I do not feel that there's much support for our partnership.
No,
and our BADC. And I think we probably should have that open air conversation.
We definitely should. Please, I welcome it right here.
Me too.
You tell me when, and we're turning on microphones.
Yeah, I will say this. People that don't support them, you have a problem with me.
Yeah. Well, you're going to have a problem with us, too. So, Thank you, Michael. Thanks for joining us this morning, buddy. We love you.
Love you too, man.
We appreciate you. And isn't it wonderful how, we can just call him with no notice.
It absolutely
no
is.
Heads up at all. And there he is, live on the air.
Another reason we're lucky.
Yes, we are very much.
Have a great day, everyone.
Be well. Take good care of one another. God bless.
Hug and love each other because you just never know.
Yes, that's right. 9:45, 48 degrees and sunny right now in Barrie. Have a great day.